Hey, spring's coming up. Now, if you have ants, those big black things, carpenter ants, they're big, unlike the little teeny ones, which are pavement ants, okay, or sugar ants. The big dark ones, they have rounded bodies. They have three parts, and you can see these photos where you got rounded bodies. If it's a straight body, now we're talking termites, right? When it's a rounded body, look at that baby. Rounded head, rounded front, rounded back, and they have wings. Now let's talk about that. So let's say you see some carpenter ants in let's say February and April. That's a bad thing. See, carpenter ants have big nest outside, usually tree trunks or rotted trees, and they have satellites, and they like to move in your house where it's moist, condensation, usually in your banjo's pockets or under a window or in a wall. So you see these things, forget the wing part, just the regular ant without the wings. And during that time, you got an issue. Now, if you see them all summer, you know what? You're going to have to find out where the moisture problem is, okay? And a lot of pest companies they're just good at killing pests. They're not really good at finding out the problem. So you need to find out, is it a dew point problem? Is it a condensation problem? Do I have a moisture event going on? Do I have ice dams because of thermal bridging, thermal bypass? Do I have a leak? Is it the refrigerator, ice maker leaking? The dishwasher leaking? Is there water getting underneath the slab? Do I have poor grading? My gutter's overflowing? I mean, come on, man. There's a lot of things. You got to be smart. Stop the water. Stop the ants. Now let's throw the wings on these puppies. So here you go. You got wings. Now, a lot of times you won't get this lucky and see these guys. First of all, a colony will get rid of reproductives. These are called reproductives, okay? And what they do is they kick them out. And a lot of them got wings, hundreds of these things with wings. And they're basically designed to leave. They're getting booted. And they're moving to another place where there's some wet wood to start another colony. And that's why they have wings, but they really fly. They're horrible flyers. And a lot of times what you'll see is a bunch of wings, okay, on your windowsill. You don't need to see the ant, just look at the wings. And if you got two types of wings, sizes, guess what? Oh, you got a termite problem. You got one kind of wing, it's a carpenter ant. And so you need to look for these things. And you know what? You got to take control of this, because when you bring your pest company, and they're just gonna snake you around and all kind of this fee and that fee and this fee and this quarter. I mean, you spend a lot of money. So if you could tell them exactly where they're at, or exactly what they are, and exactly how you found them, and their habitat, and study them, you're going to save yourself a lot of money. So these are carpenter reproductives. They have other names for them. I'm just trying to make it simple here. They come out in the spring, usually because that's when they swarm, the word swarm. And if they're swarming in your house, well, guess what? Now, if you get little teeny ants with wings, they're swarming too. It's a whole nother, but they're not eating your house, okay? They're just nuisance, okay? The sugar ants, pavement ants, red ants. These are the guys that, they don't actually eat wood, by the way. These guys burrow and live in wood. And so it has to be moist. You get rid of the moisture, they're gone. They don't like it. They're not dry wood. Now they have dry wood termites down, and I think I have some videos on that too. So hey, you see carpenter ants in the end of the winter, you better do something. You see carpenter ants with wings on them, and remember, curved bodies. See the curved head, curved body, that's a carpenter ant. And it's a reproductive. You'll see the same ant without the wings. Those guys are actually foraging for food and looking around. And you'll see them a lot of times in your house. But then as soon as it warms up, they find your garden and stuff. And they find better food than what you want to give them in your house. So they may disappear for a while, and then they come back and go. And so, hey, this will be... Sometimes you smell it too, because the previous 3 videos I made were about smelling that musty odor. And guess what? The musty odor is wet wood inside your wall, right? And guess who likes wet wood besides mold? Ants. Carpenter ants love it. And so do other types of pests. So, hey, thanks for coming on.